Alright, bass anglers, how's it going? Going out to Ballston Lake. It's a beautiful spring day. It's topping off at about 77 degrees out here in upstate New York. That's going to be the warmest temperature we've had this year. I know that there's some bass on beds right now, so I'm gonna go find these fish and try to catch me a spawning bass. After I catch a spawning bass, I'm going to perform an experiment. In my experiment, I want to prove or disprove the theory that a bass will return to its bed after it's been relocated. So I will take a largemouth bass off of a bed and I will relocate the bass a short distance away and come back and visit within the next couple of days to see if that bass is indeed returned to that bed. I know that theory has been a heated discussion in the past, especially amongst tournament anglers when they sight fish for bass and take bass off of spawning beds to bring them to weigh in. I have no way of marking the fish. What I can do is weigh it. So if I catch it, return it to the lake in a different location, if it returns to the bed, I can re-catch the fish and re-weigh. It won't give us a clear indication if it's the same fish, but you know, for all intents and purposes with this experiment and not having enough controls in place, we'll take all that into consideration. So let's head over to Ballston Lake, see if we can't get us a largemouth. Okay, so I know now that there's a bass right here on this that's bedding right here that I'm gonna try to catch, and now I'm gonna walk you to where I'm going to relocate this fish. I'm gonna walk the fish across the street here, and then I'm going to release the fish here. Now that bass will have to make its way up this canal. Fish will then have to swim under this bridge across to this creek, and then again swim and make its way back up to where its bed is situated. That to me is probably a good 70 yards one way, so call it about a 140-yard round trip back to where its bed is located. Now I'm going to try to catch this fish, weigh it, and release it as quick as possible so not to harm it, and hopefully it can get back to its bed and protect its territory. So now I'm going to go ahead and set this camera here so we can watch this fish. You can see the bass there just swimming away now. What I want to do is set this camera here so we can watch that bass. Clear some of the stuff out of the way here. Okay, now we just go ahead and wait for that fish to come back. Okay, what I'm going to do right now, I've zeroed out my scale, and I'm going to go ahead and place this scale right here, right on the ground, so we know where it's at. Grab it right away as we release the fish. Okay, it looks like the fish is back on its bed. So now I'm going to try to flip to it and try to catch this fish. It might be a little bit spooked because it's seen us a couple of times. But maybe we can get it to bite. It's looking at my bait already. Yep, it's definitely interested. This is a catchable fish. This might take a little bit of time getting it used to us being here before we could trigger a bite. Yeah, there's fish.
What are you catching there?
Largemouth bass.
Really? In there?
Of course, it's all connected. Thank you. Some people, most people don't understand that these waters offer a great haven for fish to spawn. Water has lots of nutrients in it, a lot of forage, get away from the main lake pressures. Shallow water, ton of cover. That means less water for the fish to have to protect its bed. If you notice, it has its bed backed up against this road here, so then it only has to protect 3 sides. Where say in a lake situation, it has to protect 360 degrees around. Most of the time you'll see bass backed up to some kind of rock, some kind of lumber. That way they can minimize the amount of danger that they have to protect against. This is the kind of water I look for. This isn't swamp water. This is water that's being fed by fresh water from the lake. Okay, this bass is getting pretty aggravated. Oh yeah, got him. We got one, baby! We got one, baby! Okay. Yep, people are impressed that there's actually a fish sitting in this water right here. They love it. All right, let's get this fish weighed. Okay, it's been calibrated. Okay. 2 pounds 11 ounces. That's what that fish weighs right there. 2 pounds 11 ounces. Good looking fish. All right. So let's get it back in the water. Good looking fish. Healthy. All right. So healthy fish shouldn't have a problem. There it goes. Should be healthy enough to get back. I just hope it does. All right, so that part of the experiment is complete. So now I'm fishing the, I guess you call it the north end of Ballston Lake. Got a lot of moss. No, my lady's got dinner made. She texted me earlier. If I don't want to eat cold food or a cold shoulder, I better go ahead and call this a day. Okay, you guys aren't going to believe this, so I'm just going to have to show you. It's been roughly about 2 hours since I caught that fish and weighed it and released it. Now remember where I released it. Okay, so I didn't think it could happen so fast. If that is indeed the same fish that I pulled off that bed. Now, I didn't go back after it. I didn't want to harass it anymore. It's already been through enough. It's been hooked, been yanked, been weighed, been thrown into a different part of the lake, and it did make it back to its bed on the same day. I believe that part of the experiment is complete. So now we know that yes, the male or female will return to the bed after it's been re-released in a different portion of the lake after it's been caught. I think it's pretty cool that fish have such strong